Hey everybody, welcome back to my survival series. I'm Boomer, your host today. We are going to, hopefully, finally, we've got the basics in place at least to get this base going. As you see, we've got the floor. I'll talk about that in just a minute, what we did with this. Let me kind of turn around here. Whoops, there we go. So when I built this, my goal was to have this, the centerpiece, really be, again, the centerpiece of the base. The problem was, there are so many freaking slime chunks down here. And what's open, there's like 13 slime chunks. It's insane. And when I was trying to place these as top slabs, which was what I wanted, there were just too many slime chunks. I literally had probably 100 4x4 slimes all over the floor. And so I took it out and built it back down on the bottom slab so nothing could spawn. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, before we go any further, let's watch a quick video on just how we did that. Roll that footage there. So I hope you enjoyed the footage of the floor being built. It really was a challenge to get all this bottom slab, right? And so at least now I don't have to worry about mobs spawning. The only thing I have to worry about are slimes falling down. If a 4x4 slime falls, great, it becomes 2x2. So occasionally I'll have to deal with that, but nothing that's going to kill me. At least not anything severe, right? What we did for light, even though we didn't necessarily need light down here, I wanted light. And to keep mobs from spawning on there, we just did a simple warp trap door. So here's the goal. Long term, this outer area is going to be where all of Slimefun is being built. Meaning all the machines, automation, everything. Now I might dig into walls here and there to create more room as needed for additional specific Slimefun machines and systems. We're definitely going to need some chunk loaders, because if I'm in the center of that circle, that's 8 chunks to the edge of the wall. So if I don't stand exactly in the middle, everything that's in there might not run. So I'm going to probably have to bring some chunk loaders in. And then in here, this is planned to be my storage room. I fixed a few of the lights up there. It didn't look too good. We did finally mine up all the beacons, got everything cleared out. All that's left now are about 7 or 8 spawners that we still need to get with a pickaxe of containment. But this will eventually be my storage room. Now to start with, I'm actually going to bring all of my beginning stuff here. I have chests everywhere, right? No one's ever done that before, right? We have chest monsters throughout the base. And so we're going to bring everything into here, all the basic Slimefun machines. Now, I'm not too worried about the iron golem farms I have going. I have literally 16 double chests of iron blocks stored up. And I've probably used 4 or 5 in building, as well as probably chucked a bunch just to keep it going. And we'll talk about that later. Oh, at a later date. By the way, I wanted to show you guys something. I think I finally got a new logo for inside of the game. Here you go. Tell me what you think. All right, let's keep going. I do want to show you something else I talked about wanting to do, and I give a lot of credit to people at Good Times with Scar, False Symmetry, the great detailed builders, because as I had mentioned, one thing I wanted to do on the walls is show like slime coming into the base. And I did start doing a little bit. And this is literally at its very beginnings. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I've been trying different techniques, different things. I got this far, and after about 3 hours, I said, okay, I need a break. So for the guys that are great at stuff like this and do it all the time, hats off to you guys. I can't imagine how some of the great true builders of the game manage to do stuff like that over and over every single day. So this will be a slow working progress where, you know, again, theory slime kind of finds its way in, spills around. So I'm going to be working on that over time. But for now, I have, you know, I've got this chest monster. Up there is roughly another 40 chests inside the base. Oh, I'll tell you what. The one thing I did add, let's go look at this real quick. So I was trying to find a way to get into the base without having to go up and down the ladder every time. And we built a little entryway. And man, I tell you, this reminds me of Star Wars for sure, right? This reminds me of like some of the command ships, the Corellian ships. It is a little bit bland in the color, but actually what I did to provide light is that there's sea lanterns on both sides, top and bottom. So that's where the light sources are coming from. And I did do a few changes up here, but this at least gets me into this part of the base. Over here, this is where the iron farms are. You notice I kind of coded it to the color match, right, of what it is. I have all of these chests. I got Slimefun dust started. I started doing this by hand, where I'm grabbing, actually I have 3 simple material generator gravel generators that I was running, storing up double chests of cobble, running them through, you know, both machines to get dust. And now for all 9 dust, I have roughly 18 stacks of each, and that's why I've upgraded my backpacks to help move them. So we're going to get all of the Slimefun dust. Any storage that's back here, we've got some clay, some flint, a little bit of coal, who cares? Oh, speaking of fun, Supreme Tech Generators use these heads, right? Well, I've already got a double chest and a third of them, and the extra heads add on. So when these guys die, they drop their heads. Look at that. So it's free heads towards Supreme. So those will keep running. There'll definitely be chunk loaders down here to keep those going. But we're going to grab everything here. I think let's start with that. Before we get into anything else back on the base, let's time-lapse getting all this stuff set up in that center room. So I'll be back with you in a little bit. Okay, so we got all the storage cleaned up, and cleaned up is a relative term for me, I guess. All the monsters have actually been buried into this little corner, with the exception of the iron blocks. So there's over 17 double chests of iron blocks. So when it comes to getting going in this game, I have 153 plus whatever this chest would turn out. I have over 153 double chests of iron ingots. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. We set up a basic sorting system just to get going. So what I can do, I've got 3 SMG gravel generators creating gravel. We can run them through the automated panning machine. We can grab the sifted ore, bring it up in here, run through it. Now everything that gets produced will go through here. So we'll get all the dust will automatically get separated. The iron nuggets, flint and clay. Iron nuggets and flint I'm kind of trucking. The clay I'm saving. And then over here, when you get the stone chunks, I found out a vanilla dispenser will not dispense stone chunks. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it doesn't recognize the item as being there enough to kick it out. I don't know what that is, but if it's a Slimefun issue, if it's a Mojang issue, I really don't care. At some point, I will be collecting them with cargo, or I'll set up a second hopper system to try to pull them out before they go down that road. Maybe I'll set up one more on the end. But that way I can sit here and grind a lot of resources. And so the first question is, what do I want to do for power down here? And my first thought, I could do one of two things. We could either do a lava generator, right, which will really become self-sustaining because while it can power enough crucibles to make more than enough lava to keep up. So I could set up, a dozen lava generators. I could set up 2 or 3 crucibles, electric crucibles, making lava for it, and then it's going to produce more than enough power for the beginning game. But I've actually decided to do something a little bit different. We're going to start with Supreme. And it's either going to be the Ignis generator or I forget what it's called. It's the blue one, the aqua one. It needs water below it, whatever. So to get started, it's not horrendous to create all this stuff. Yes, the inductive machine, it's going to be a little time consuming until I get some processes automated. But to begin with, I'm happy with that. I honestly am not worried because if I can spend, let's say, an hour of crafting, and if I can get 4 of these, all right, that gives me 10,000 joules per tick. It's going to be a long time before I have enough machines built up to break into that. And by then, I should have all the automation in place to make more, including then working on upgrading those to the Ignis generators. So again, some of these machines are going to be a little bit painful to make. Some of these aren't too bad. If you've looked at the recipes, the Centrus Ignis, core of block isn't too bad because again I can SMG all of those generators and you saw how much I have. So I can even get a few of those off the ground relatively easy. What's going to break me is probably these stupid staffs. Because they're not hard to craft, but there's like 8 levels of crafting in each one. So it's a lot of work, but hey, I'm Bloomer and I apparently, love to punish myself with a lot of work because, well, look at this base. So anyways, guys, I think that's the plan. I think what I'm going to do right now is take the rest of the day. I'm going to finish editing this video, upload it, and then I'm just going to grind until I am sick of grinding, get enough dust going. I'm going to, luckily I have an automatic ignition chamber on the back of my smeltery. So I might do 2 or 3 stacks of each base, ingot with the exception of iron and copper since I have 2 double chests of raw copper blocks that I can convert. So there's 18 double chest of copper ingots off the bat as well. So we're in a good shape to get started. So anyways, with that, let's wrap up. I want to thank you guys, and don't forget, apparently I've been beamed up by Star Trek. When you're playing Slimefun, you gotta go Boomer or you gotta go home. We'll see you later.